contact here, Mike.
The ball was still bubbling. Mandela never had a clear glimpse of the ball, and as it bubbling, he might try to steal it and eventually managed to squeeze it through. But well, the benefit of that has to be given to the goalkeeper because his hands were already there. You look at the positioning of the referee; was in within the close proximity, or the angle didn't permit him to have a conclusive decision-making situation at that point in time.
I think someone needs to whisper into his ear and says that it did not really go in here. Oh, here's the incident. He might came off. Oh, he had the ball on his hand.
Yes.
Just did not.
It was still bubbling, and he meant that still was enough. And unfortunately, the ref, I don't think his positioning was going to give him a conclusive decision-making situation.
Iman Hendricks says he made no contact on the goalkeeper. Coach Dylan Shepard making changes. Kaizer Chiefs are making changes. 2 players. So Mangoba Ozoimena is the player to come on, as well as Paul Kitang. Ozoimena coming on for Makubo. Changes made by Kaizer Chiefs. Zoimena, Tokitang, Vikim Kawana players out, and Makubo. Peko Paho. Oh, Paho. 3 men on him. Coach Sado with his passes. Poison. Paho there to support. Also looking for options. But someone else come closer to come and just close in, showing off starts. Which is Spagnoni here, and he's denying that there's a high foot challenge, showing off starts.
Yeah, you could see Tex Galaxy Sivagnoli there will start up. They've closed the passing angle for Kaizer Chiefs. Every time they have to progress a progressive pass, they always force them to play sideways, and eventually it has worked and frustrated Kaizer Chiefs.
Fouls committed already in the first half at 10 committed by Kaizer Chiefs. And 8 by TS Galaxy. That was just in the first half. Moisa plays to Taunyana. Ball is wide. Kwasi. Clean turn. Malifo. Very disinvolved as Malifo in the first half. The second half, we want to see more of him. We'd like to see more of him. Dylan Shepard, a frustrating situation for him, especially with the time and seeing how bad they want the championship, the DSTV Diski Challenge Championship. What will it take for Coach Dylan Shepard's side to get that 1 goal? Trevor Walters' pass gone wrong. Kawane's pace could not cover the ball, cleared up. 1v1 situation. Yachile, the Mellows are competing for that ball. Here's the movement here. Yachile goes for a strike now. Keeper might have set up, but here's Galaxy. Chance here! Ooh, touch. Good decision going for an in-step. Spagnoni is not happy with the ref giving the ball as a goal kick. Coach Bennett Parker would have loved for that moment.
Nearly a giveaway from Mazamba. I mean, they did extremely well. China, they did well, but look at the one with Sebastian trying to loop it over the defense with so much power.
Here's a counter attack. The new man. Can we see a movement in the final third? Corner kick. Oh, Kaizer Chiefs here. Trying to catch them on a counter attack. But the defense of TS Galaxy were on high alert
with his in-swingers.
Now here's the movement. TS Galaxy nil, Kaizer Chiefs nil. Can he make it one this time around? Very brave tackle. Very clean tackle too from Muhwasi. Well, this tackle had a moment. Could have seen TS Galaxy taking the lead here. It's counter-attack moments now. Kaiser Chiefs are making a movement. Kawan is trying to back heel. Thiago Walters very acrobatic. Putting so much work on him. That's Thiago Walters. Ball is long. Spagnoni is pressing. Sandoyenko needs to mark. Spagnoni trying to be creative. Spagnoni! This time around, she's not getting it right. Still a chance. Yeah! Keep up
Oh
tonight.
my god.
Oh, very brave too from the goalkeeper for Kaiser Chiefs. Spagnoni is down.
Because
Iman is on the counter
almost
attack.
conceded.
But ball dispossessed, but the whistle blown. But two players on the ground here. We've got Tozan Spagnoni. One of the Kaiser Chiefs players. Huplang Danyan is also down.
He's signaling to be substituted. Sibagnoni there was a scary moment for Kaiser Chiefs. But look, that save from Mazamba was enough to keep Chiefs in the game.
Spagnoni. Huplang Danyan was trying to kick the ball in the court. Tozan Spagnoni's foot here. There's the view.
It's
how
a
he
scary
got
moment,
the ball.
scary moment for Kaiser Chiefs. Lucky the referee didn't save, but that save from Mazamba kept them on the game. Also, it started with Murasi's tackle. You could see Chiefs are holding a high line, and eventually they're getting caught with the ball straight behind the spaces, and eventually that's why now they found wanting. We spoke about Mazamba's influence in the game. As a last line of defense, he has brought them in the game, make crucial saves to keep them in this game.
Olani Kosa to come on for Huplang Daunyane. Daunyane struggling to continue after that kick, and he signaled the bench that he won't be able to continue. So Olani Kosa will now take the role of Huplang Daunyane.
For a second, I thought he has committed a penalty, and eventually that's when he went down also, because he was in anticipation that if it's a penalty now, he's trying to disguise the ref to say maybe it was not that but so you could see that the young man was, and also playing with a yellow card now, it was putting him in a disadvantage. But that first tackle from Murasi, it was the match-saving tackle.
Kawane making a move up front. Going wide. Movement for Kaiser Chiefs looking promising this time around. Malefo dispossessed by Thiago Walters. He's on the money. Thiago Walters. TS Galaxy making a movement. Spagnoni receives. Spagnoni, another beautiful tackle too from Olani Kosa. Reading the movement very well and getting good touch on the ball. Ozoimena forcing his way in, but shoulder to shoulder battle not favoring him. Went down just immediately when he made contact with the ball. That's Ozoimena.
Chiefs' stronghold is the tiki-taka combination play in the final third. Now they keep on pumping the long balls to the likes of Nobe, which they've got the aerial powers and they're able to win each and every game, every ball that is played across. So they need to bring those combination play from the middle, and that's why powerful pass is not going sideways but forward, forcing and influencing fouls closer to the Tex Galaxy. But so far, credit must be given to Tex Galaxy. They've frustrated Kaiser Chiefs.
And they continue to try and frustrate Kaiser Chiefs. Well, Kaiser Chiefs are hoping that something cracks in the TS Galaxy camp. They get the opening goal or a win here. Well, TS Galaxy are saying not in their account. Goal attempt, 6 on TS Galaxy. Thiago Walters. What a shift to put in the office by Thiago Walters.
That's a performance from the young man.
Movement that side.
Pressure is the name of the game. You could see pressure is mounting on these youngsters, and eventually they keep on committing mistakes. If Chiefs are to win it, it will take an individual brilliance for them to find that opening. But as for Tex Galaxy, it's a collective effort from the team, closing the passing angles, forcing Chiefs to commit errors, but more importantly, they hold a solid line defensively.
holding his hamstring. Pressing for medic to attend to him. It's an into Now they also signal the players to go for a cooling break while the players being attended to. Very brave man, Kolane Kosa, or reading the movement of Sibanyoni and timing his tackle too. That's a Kolane Kosa. This is the first tackle that he pulled in when he was just introduced. And then that's the second tackle that this man Kupulang pulled in this match, because they need a win for them to be in the run for the championship. TS Galaxy are not cracking, are not breaking anything, are not allowing any room or space for Kaizer Chiefs to have any dominance. Our coach Dylan Shepherd's having a chat with the players. Oh, signaling and hand gestures and how much pressure they need to put in. If you understand the coaching tactics, when the hand open and the other hand comes on top of it, it simply means press and press. So the coach is saying, let's press and press and push them. The best way that they can, that is Kaizer Chiefs or for TS Galaxy. Keep shape, keep the ball, rotate the ball, find yourself in the final third, create those moments. If one chance avails itself for TS Galaxy, they can convert. But Kaizer Chiefs need more chances in the final third.
They need to play that ball to fit most of the time. Play it on the floor, because you keep on playing it on the top. TS Galaxy is winning every day. Play for force takes Galaxy to make mistakes in their defensive blocks, and eventually that's where they will be finding those moments, like goal creating moments for them. But as it stands, the likes of Imad Hendricks, Shongwane, they are not giving any options to the Chiefs front line. The decision making also in the final side has been poor.
Final third, 20 minutes remaining. TS Galaxy denying Kaizer Chiefs all attack moments. Imad, he's trying to be on the run. There was a slight pull on him. I think there's a card that will be pulled out here, because that pull really did disturb Imad's movement. TS Galaxy keeping it alive. Very decent tackles coming from Kaizer Chiefs players. Thiago Walters feeling a pain on his shoulder.
Let's hope it didn't pop out.
Feeling a serious pain. Well, TS Galaxy wouldn't want to lose him, because he's been more involved and influential. Now the team doctor for Kaizer Chiefs has also gone in to attend to the player. That is Madania Adil. That's the Kaizer Chiefs team doctor, just to check on the player, because it looked as though there was some sort of dislocation, because he was not moving the arm.
Yes.
So it looks as though now he's fine. To shake it off was just a sharp pain on the young man.
Good sportsman from the Kaizer Chiefs doctor. It shows the concern for the youngsters, and eventually it's not only about Kaizer Chiefs, but holistical approach to get that medical attention.
The piece in place. TS Galaxy are hoping to get something here. Kaizer Chiefs putting all the walls that they have to deny TS Galaxy any access to their goalkeeper. Denies quickly here. Making a movement. First touch, not the greatest. Kaizer Chiefs still in the position here. Huesa, as they pass. Sent wide. Ozoimena. Not really have no options for him. Is forced to go back with the ball and restart. This time around, the ball between the players is won by TS Galaxy. On the counter attack is a movement. TS Galaxy with the tackle almost out and touch. Over to Kumalo, forcing meters in the box. Here's a player going towards his own goal, inviting more trouble his way. Riardin Tiken has seen less of him in the second half. Even forgot that he's still on the field at Riardin Tiken. Because she's very limited with forward movements. They have introduced her playing wide. Not finding the man up front. Number 9, Imad. Still in movement, Kawane receives, sets up Ozoimena. This is an opportunity for Kaiser Chiefs here. Also, man, a 1v1. Thiago Walters. Thiago Walters. No space, no room for Kaiser Chiefs. It's just the warrior himself holding it down and just closing every space or room that Kaiser Chiefs are coming with. He's having a great shift in the office. That is a Thiago Walters.
Great shift indeed from Walters, has been very strong and solid. But as for Khumalo there, trying to look at that crucial tackle from Khosa. Very important, as China was waiting anxiously so for the cross. But the young man on the left back from Chiefs Galaxy have put a good shift in this game, and he has frustrated all the attacking players for Kaizer Chiefs on the right hand side.
Nice shorty, the flag is up for offside, catching Thokozani Sibanyoni. Making another attack movement. Launching long to find Imad. Was that pass, but slightly heavy on the pass. Ended on the goalkeeper of TS Galaxy, Matela. Galaxy now, Ikanyang Matala. Kaizer Chiefs making a movement. Khosa. Also Imena. Mohasa. Now looking for a movement. Come on. Walters guiding him. And putting pressure. Came on as a sub. And is making sure that the Kaizer Chiefs faithful are the happiest at the Sugar Kulu. They've been in song back to back and hoping that something eventually pays off and something happens, and it really does happen for Kaizer Chiefs. Also Imena came on at second half, that is Mangoba, and he surely did conquer, that is Mangoba himself. Also Imena, Coach Dylan Shepherd will be at ease and this whole situation for Kaizer Chiefs. Look at the movement, Pepper Power sending it wide, and Mkwesa sends the cross. Come on, he could not get the touch. Great work from Khosa on the left-hand side. Hard and low, it was drilled. But look at Ozemena coming from the blind spot and eventually being the first to react between the goalkeeper and also Doiza, and eventually finding that opener with Walters well beaten with his reaction. But what an introduction from this young man. We spoke about him that he's going to come in and influence the game for Kaizer Chiefs. I wish we had a camera at the dining hall of Stellenbosch FC. The boys are watching the game at also Imena. Kaizer Chiefs the lead, Kaizer Chiefs 1. TS Galaxy, no. Tempo of the game is going to completely shift and change here. Oh, Mazamba, who by time, the best way that he can, or Kaizer Chiefs are having their creative player, especially Dati, to have a warm-up. Very sunny play for Peko Paro, but that pass, one forward pass that we've been crying about, that he can just make a good forward movement and eventually does get it right. Locates Khosa, later on, able to cut it in. Come on, don't get the right finish, but the follow-up from the two players, it was Imant and Ozoimena. But Ozoimena got the touch. The importance of Kulane Khosa in this match, since it's come on as a sub, very beautiful tackles coming from Ozoimena. Brother Kulane Khosa, making sure that he's not giving space to Thokozani Sibanyoni. TS Galaxy now will have to hunt for an equalizer. A draw was okay for them, but this time around, there's more of TS Galaxy on the hunt. But for Kaizer Chiefs, this would mean everything for them. Reclaiming their spot, reclaiming their position, that is Kaizer Chiefs as things stand. TS Galaxy will be on 40 points. Kaizer Chiefs remain at number 1 on the log with 58 points. Stellenbosch dropping. So Stellenbosch occupied the number 1 spot just for 24 hours. Kaizer Chiefs is back on the number 1 spot now. TS Galaxy making new changes. You know, Thiago Walters, what a shift put in by this young man. A beautiful shift put in the office. And also getting a standing ovation for his performance that has shown for the past 67 minutes. I mean, it's been fantastic. It's put in a good shift for him. Now another chance for Kaiser Chiefs. Peko Paho goes down. So the player that came on, it was the Sima Bobo for Walters. Masibugo. Making other movements here. Kaiser Chiefs. Kabelo Nkwesa. I give credit to Kabelo Nkwesa's role here in the second half. How he's been pushing forward just to get his movement and get the crosses played in the box. 11 minutes remaining. But this man, Kabelo Nkwesa, has been wonderful, has been phenomenal. The up and down movement, silently, just trying to get the crosses in the box, trying to locate someone. Early on, just wasn't lucky. But this time around, Peko Paho's movement blocked Kabelo Nkwesa. And give him the chance to get that close. He's got the assist here. Imant. Just to keep the ball and find that man again. Nkwesa. Return. Keeps Nkwesa alive, trying to put pressure.
His persistence has paid off for Kaizer Chiefs. Every time trying to get him behind the Tails Galaxy defense. And at one moment he got it right and eventually drilled it in through to find the Chiefs opener through Ozeme Mangova. And that's what they needed for the better part. So now he needs to guard against his lines. You could see now that with a cautious approach, Tails Galaxy seems to be fainting on the right hand side where the likes of Sibanyoni have been operating.
TS Galaxy on the search for an equalizer. Kaizer Chiefs are back on the number 1 spot. They'll be trying to get something here. Also Imena, the goal scorer. Ball is played way back, yeah. Daddy as the player to come on. Naledi Sowane. Getting the minutes. Making of this change. Mayinga.
It looks like the sub has been pulled back and Tati is still waiting, so maybe they need to make the change differently. Maybe not Naledi, but maybe try to Malefu, who was signaling that maybe he had a problem with his foot, so they had to make a change on that.
Seems as though the change being reconsidered here. Naledi Hlongwa knows the play initially to come off. However, this young man seems to have maybe hurt himself. That is Kamogelo Molefe. Molefe, that is.
He's pointing to the ref, said, no, I want him in the stretcher.
Wants the spray and wants the stretcher too. That's the young man. So, Spesihetat is going to come on for him. That is Kamohelo Malifo. And 8 minutes remaining. Also, Yemena has done it for Kaizer Chiefs, has given the Kaizer Chiefs the lead. That is this man, that is Mangoba Ozoimena. He's sure going to be the conqueror of the team if Kaizer Chiefs walk out with a win here. In a very long, frustrated Kaizer Chiefs with TS Galaxy not giving them any room or space to convert chances. Percy Shetati, one of the senior players in DSTV Diski Challenge. Him and Aiden McCarthy is with the first team to play the Nedbank Cup. That is Aiden McCarthy. Made it to the travelling squad. Kaizer Chiefs players that are on injuries, so they're opting to then bring the likes of Aiden McCarthy into the first team. It would be nice to see the introduction of another young star in Kaizer Chiefs. There's a bit of an argument here and where the ball is going, but eventually they throw in, giving to TS Galaxy. Ntando yenkosi inkosi. Doing a very big battle here. He caught Thokozane Sibanyoni, I think, on the shin here. And the referee did not pick it up. There he is. Well, he seems as though he leaned forward, but Nkosi is feeling the pain on his leg here. Our coach, Talent Shepherd. Finally, there's a smile on the face of our coach, Talent Shepherd.
It didn't come easy, as TS Galaxy have been frustrating cases for almost 77 minutes. But this man is beginning credit for how the team has played thus far.
Oh, cross. Launch into the box. Who's going to receive? Kaizer Chiefs are clearing. Also Imena holding it down in his own half. Keeping the ball and then Spesihetati's first touch. Wins himself a foul. That's a Spesihetati. A very reactional fans on the stands. There seems to be very jumpy whenever the ref blows the whistle. It's just that loud noise coming from the stands, responding to why the ref has blown the whistle. Very much invested in the game and just trying to make sure that they interact from a distance, from the stands, as they tried. Timber boy here just got law enforcement officers playing with him. Passing Sibanyoni. Oh, beautiful turn from Riyadin Deacon. Taken off position 48 for TS Galaxy and a 52 for Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs' next fixture will be home against the Natal Rich Boys, a team that lost to Stellenbosch FC just yesterday. That is Richards Bay. And the race continues. Goal attempts 6/5. Still, Kaizer Chiefs are making a more movement.
Now the frustration is creeping on TS Galaxy players after committing such kind of fouls, and with Mncube like losing his patience and eventually getting himself a yellow card.
Oh, trying to keep the ball as set piece and plays Kaizer Chiefs, maybe something here. Spesihetati has got the technique. Waiting for Konane Kosa. Delays the play. And the referee says, play the ball. Oh, good cross! Oh, Iman. He's not sure where the ball was going. Looked a bit lost.
Good delivery from Tati there, all the scare that TS Galaxy have had, unfortunately for a foul to be committed by Iman Hendricks.
Now making a movement at TS Galaxy. Ball is played at the back. Kaizer Chiefs players have dropped in just to be behind the ball. Most of them. Konane Kosa, the hero at the back. Just 2 minutes remaining. Eight minutes gone. is wide. What's the way, man? Come over. Our ball is played from the back, only a minute remaining. Kaizer Chiefs has the lead here. Back to the number one spot. What a season for Kosi Nation. Jesmai, what you make of the 90 minutes? Ball is played long and Mazamba comes out.
It has been an interesting 90-minute game whereby you look at Tex Galaxy's approach to frustrate Kaizer Chiefs. They did work tremendously well, but unfortunately, 77th minutes, that's when they humbled. That's when there was a lapse of concentration, and eventually Chiefs, with the help of first persistence, found the openings at the back of Tex Galaxy's defense. They did extremely well, Tex Galaxy, but as for Chiefs, they knew that they had to grind. They knew that they wanted the 3 points, and eventually it came in where less was expected from them. But great work, that's a performance from the likes of Walters, Thiago Walters, Doise, and also Ngobe.
Banyoni, Kosa's guiding Banyoni. Banyoni goes down, claims to have been fouled, but the ref says that the game continues, and then was no contact on him. He lost position of the ball, and Kosa was just guiding him out, shuffling with him as he goes out. Kaizer Chiefs are 5 minutes away from reclaiming that number one spot. Peko Paro, forward movement. Stesi Shetati, Thawane, ball is wide. This time around, Kaizer Chiefs want to create something. Thawane. Lost position of the ball here. TS Galaxy making the forward runs. Spagnoni, good pass, wide. Huesa's gonna be put to test. Very clean touch from Ukwesa.
Those long legs came in and bailed Huesa. Sash has also the both left backs from Huesa and also Walters. They've been put a gutty performance, and eventually, that was a defense splitting pass from Sibanyoni. The recovery was done enoughly as he took it out for a corner kick.
Well, TS Galaxy making changes. Taking out Mutawo and Ivan Shiviti as the player is introduced. Coach Bennett Parker is not really up his now. Chances. Has to play, going for goal here. The man from Porkitang. TS Galaxy on a desperate mode. Other chief players will now get the opportunity to wind down the clock as much as they can. Put in a great shift in the office and the legs start feeling heavy. Surface is also not the softest, so they're trying to keep on their feet and just play as much as they can.
And also doubling up on their effort in Metrofelling, because they knew they had to double effort, try to influence the game, try to overload as well as defending simultaneously. The likes of Uresi with the match-winning tackles earlier on, they did extremely well not to concede but keep this Chiefs team alive, because Stellis have been on the ascendancy, and eventually that 1 point gap as they reclaim the top spot will be very interesting to see. They go neck to neck with 3 games to go.
3 games to go. Next match for Kaizer Chiefs, it's the Natal Reach boys. Stellis beat that team, and then after that they're facing Makesi, closing it off with Amazulu. That is Kaizer Chiefs. So Amazulu performing just early on. First half, or rather the first game of the day today. Here's a movement. TS Galaxy on the move. Cross, too heavy on it. Went way under the ball there, but it's still live. Here's another chance. Ball is out for goal kick. Now some of the supporters already making their way out of the stadium. Might have seen enough. Well, for Kaizer Chiefs, they'll be happy, they'll be delighted that this moment and this shift that they've put in There's a paying off for them, that is a Kaizer Chiefs DSTV team. He win it for the juniors and the seniors later on. Hoping to get something here. Show on it. Gets a turn, chips it over. Too heavy here to pass it to Iman. Was making a very well-timed run. That's the Iman. But they've got the lead, and now Iman shifting wide to be a winger. From playing the role of a number 10. That's Iman Hendricks. The time is gone already. Only seconds remaining. Iman dropping deep to assist defensively. That's Iman with the clearance. He knows what he needs to do now. And they say that when the body is tired, you apply your mind. That's what Iman is doing in this match.
Reinforced defense at his best. They knew that Morosi was cramping at one stage, so he had to deputize for him and make sure that they help the team. It's a collective effort from the Chiefs youngsters, and eventually it looks as it's going to pay off the dividends.
Also Imena throwing the ball rather very round. Coach Dylan Shepherd, bit relieved here, seconds away from winning this match, and it will mean everything for the youngsters of Kaizer Chiefs. How much they've worked just to get this one goal here. Pressure is mounting. Spagnoni commits a foul. It was past the 5 minutes added on. Spagnoni gets a yellow card here in the last seconds of the game. Well, he's been very vocal towards the ref, and eventually the ref is calling him to book and booking him. That is Utozane Spagnoni.
We see the frustration from Sibagnone as he runs his socks off for the team, and unfortunately, when the decisions are not going his way, surely there will be that dispute and advocate for such kind of fouls.
Very vocal on the field. Kulane Kosa launches long, and the ref has blown the whistle to give Kaizer Chiefs the most important win here against the TS Galaxy. They've put in a great shift, the young man.